What's up, everybody? Going into my garage now. My just once messy again. Time to clean it. Time to make a mess, but not time to clean it. So today we're gonna do something a little different. I am going to finally bring the trailer to go get some professional work done this time. From these two guys, together they probably have over 100 years of experience doing this. The name of the place is The Panel Shop, and they are in, I believe, Stamford, Connecticut. And they're two older guys that worked for Bentley and Aston Martin making body panels, and it's a lost art form. These guys build complete race cars out of aluminum. And today I'm going to bring them to bead roll the front. So this is what it looks like now. I left this piece really long down here, and I ended up bottoming out and bent that corner. So I'll have to fix that. Okay, so this shiny piece of aluminum is very distracting and ugly. I want to color match it, so I want to do some bead rolling or some laser cutting or something, but I definitely 100% needs a window here. Nothing huge, just enough for me to look out of the rearview mirror here and be able to see straight through so I could see cars behind me would be helpful. So stay tuned. I'm going to start doing that right now. Probably what I'm going to do right now at first is just mark where the center is and then figure out the height of the window, and then I'll figure out how wide I'm going to make it and the shape and all that. All right, so I just roughly traced it out. I like how it is going to look with the points here coming down, but I think with the weather stripping I have, I'm going to have to curve it unless I do it in separate strips, which I may have to do. So it's going to take a little bit of experimenting, but bear with me. Just kind of playing it by eye here. So I marked out where the window is going to be, but I'm going to have them bead roll. You know, I'm just going to leave it up to them. I'll leave the artistic design up to them. But the bead rolling will bend the metal and it will strengthen it by stiffening up. One other thing I did off camera here was I completed this cage. So we have these bars going across now up to the top, which stiffens everything. Kind of open everything up here. There you go. Those go up to the top and kind of strengthen up the roof. All these self-tappers up here, those are just temporary. Those are going to get changed. Oh, that cracked again right there, so I'll have to re-weld that again. It's like the third time it keeps cracking. I should have made these out of one piece of metal. Oh well. So I'm on the highway right now with the trailer, and I'm already, I want to say, pretty used to trailering this thing. It doesn't sway at all because most of the weight's on the tongue. I'm really happy with it. It handles well. I know trailers can do unexpected things, but this one seems really stable. I'm not going to say how fast I've done with it, but I've gone pretty fast with it a couple times. I've gone around some corners. It was great. So I'm a little exhausted. This last weekend was draining. I went up to Ignition Speed Festival, had a great time. It was fun, hung out with friends, made new friends. I watched the drift event with Jimmy Oakes and my friend Brian Wadman. There's Jimmy Oakes there. There's Wadman. So that was good. I was supposed to do a ride along, but that didn't work. Went to the casino, party a little bit with some friends, played some blackjack, went to a nightclub, and then the next day I got a surprise call from my friend Adventure Stings on Instagram. He's got the purple 67 Mustang with the rooftop tent on it, and I was expecting him in Connecticut, but I wasn't expecting him this week, or let alone yesterday. So he called me and he said, hey, let's go camping. So he already had a site and everything all booked at Lake Compounds in Southington, Connecticut, or Bristol, Connecticut. So I went there and camped with him, but being exhausted, I didn't even bother to check the weather, and it was so beautiful out, and I kind of fell asleep early, and then I woke up to it drizzling. no big deal. But I didn't have the rain flying on the tent. And that's actually the first time I've been caught in the rain in that tent. Well, it ended up downpouring. I was caught in a drizzle a couple times. The tent handles drizzle just fine. But it does not handle downpours fine. So it was dripping through the zipper. And my dog was a little freaked out because of the thunder. So we were thunder buddies.
I don't understand. 35 years old and you're still scared of a little thunder.
I am not. Thunder buddies for life, right?
So I had paper towels in the tent, so I was trying to like catch the dripping water from the tent. And then I get a text message from Adventure Sting saying, "Hey, I just checked the radar. This is gonna pass in about 15 minutes. But just so you know, your NSX windows are down." And I was like, "Oh man." So yeah, it downpoured inside the NSX. So I left the windows down last night with a fan in it to try to dry it out. It's still a little damp on the carpets. So yeah, that's what's going on. But right now I'm on my way, and this thing's trailering great. And I should be at the panel shop in about half an hour. All right.
20 minutes later.
All right, so I made it. I'm here at the panel shop. I think I'm just gonna disconnect the trailer and bring it up over here and let these guys do their thing. What they do is amazing.
The bottom square, right?
So this is a bead roller.
Yeah. And then we've got to go down at certain levels.
Yeah, and you just keep kind of running it through. It almost kind of breaks it too.
Yeah, it's gonna do that.
So then what, you just bend everything back kind of straight and it leaves the crease?
Yeah. This is that side.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks nice. And it makes it more rigid.
Yeah, see how that's folded it there?
Yeah.
So we need to put that in the brake.
Yep. So that thing's all aluminum off of Le Mans car. It's gonna be somebody's wall art now. So here's the wall art. That's all aluminum. And this came off a Le Mans car, right? And the car still exists, but it's got a fiberglass front end now. So you guys are gonna make neaten it up for whoever wants to put it on their wall.
It got damaged.
To tell you the truth, if I wanted this on my wall for art, I would want to leave it how it is right now. It's patinaed, you know?
That's exactly. North American race team.
Yeah, it's got character. I would leave it just like this and put it on my wall. I wouldn't want it to be in mint condition. This is actually cool. They're replacing the entire floor on this. They build complete cars that have aluminum like that thing. So this is just an example of some of the stuff that these guys are capable of. But they'll build entire cars out of wood and then skin over them in aluminum or stainless or anything. It is really an art form, and it's a lost one. And these guys are really good at it. So if you guys need anything like this, I suggest going right to them first, because they're probably the best in the industry, at least around here on the East Coast that I know of and that I've seen. big industrial brake. These guys are making this thing. So what was this made for here again?
This is 1928 Model 8.
Okay.
8 foot.
So this is for the bed?
This is a Model 8. This is a Model 8. This is an original. They only made 12 Model 8 8-foot beds. All the rest of them are 6-foot beds.
Okay, so you guys had to duplicate that here.
So this goes. This is so it's a side.
Very cool.
I'm going to be putting these together.
And then over here, you're duplicating this as OEM, and you're making
What we got?
these parts because they're rotted on the other one.
So we have about 4 E-types here.
Okay.
And the other one is rotted in this area here. So we make an inner section, and then we cleco it together with these clips, and then we make this section. So when the other car comes in, we'll be able
You just cut it and weld it.
This is the other section here.
It's like a puzzle. Wow.
And then we trim this in. So instead of replacing all this, we replace it back in. But for you to come down and actually make one of those, would be good.
Yeah.
Make like this section.
Is it a common problem on all of these?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you buy this, I mean this is like $500.
Yeah.
But we bought the whole thing for that rate.
Yeah, okay.
I need a hand to jenny all these up, and you know the jennying's good. Jennying, the wheeling.
And you guys are from Europe originally, and you worked for Bentley and Aston Martin, right? Rolls-Royce.
Rolls-Royce, Bentley, Aston Martin, Ferrari.
Wow.
So
And between the two, I mean, you guys have been doing this since you were teenagers, right? So you guys got 100 years of experience between the two of you here.
yeah, I started when I was 14 at Rolls-Royce.
Okay.
14.
That's cool.
And then I stayed there till I was 19. I went Grand Prix Metalcraft in London. And then I went to, I came over here to New Haven.
Okay. Can you give me a tour around this place and show me some of this stuff?
Yeah.
All right. The inventory here is pretty neat. I went camping the other night with a guy in a '67 Mustang with a rooftop tent on top of it. He's driving around the country with his kid and his dog and his wife, and they got a tent on top. It's a purple 1967 Mustang. We're gonna actually, I'm hoping to meet up with him again.
Yeah. All these are customer cars.
Okay.
Yeah, we've got all sorts of different cars, Jags, Aston Martins, Volvos. This is a Ford Model 8. This is like the pickup beds I'm doing.
Yeah, but the one you're doing has an 8-foot bed, which they only made 12 of.
Just put these lights on here. This is New York Car Show, Nardi, 1952. And someone had cut these lights off and put them back on. Aluminum bodied car.
Yeah.
And I've got to fit the grille in here. There's a nice little Phantom. Where the mechanics are working. We've got Aston Martin there, Ferrari.
Well, the last time I was here, there was a Carrera GT, I believe.
Yeah. Nice Ford convertible, 2-door convertible, about 30.
38, 39, 40,
Yeah.
something like that.
White car,
Yeah.
considering where they were in the 20s.
Yeah, how much smaller, yeah.
Much bigger engines and stuff.
Nice C4.
Gives you an idea of around the shop.
Yeah, yeah, very cool. And that's the speed shop in there, right? So much cool stuff packed into one small area. Yeah? So this is reversible. I haven't decided yet, but I kind of have to make the decision now. If we like this indented, or if we like it pushed out like it is on this side. Now the outside looks a lot more defined than the inside. The whole thing kind of warped a little bit from the bead roller, so they have to put it in the metal brake to bend it back to make it all straight. And then the reason I have to decide now is because down here is either going to be bent that way or that way if I reverse this. Alright, so this portion's done. It's bead rolled. I don't know, what do you guys think I should put here in the center? You know, comment, let me know. Should I put like an NSX emblem, or, you know, should I put the NSX lettering, I mean, with the font, or an outline of one, or something else? I don't know. But it's time for me now. What's left is figuring out the rams. I gotta trim about an inch off the bottom of there, continue the weather stripping around there, put the lift rams up, finish welding this and grinding, and then I gotta prime and paint. I gotta do the window here and the windows here. So yeah, all right, headed back home, figure out what the next step is. Another thing I was thinking is I could actually have something laser cut here, and I could put some frosted Lexan behind it with a light so it would light up. At least when I look in my rearview mirror at nighttime, I'll know the trailer's still there. Alright everybody, thanks for watching. I appreciate you tuning in. I appreciate the support. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe below, and stay tuned for more videos coming shortly. I try to release one every week. Thanks.